Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 21st. This week, you have this restlessness card and this fulfillment card. There is like a restless energy, so yeah, I mean, this could just be the energy that you're feeling or whatever, but you do have this fulfillment card, which is amazing. You know, this fulfillment card is Saturn in Sagittarius, and it is an amazing card for those of you that have like businesses or do any work anywhere. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, by the way, if you're wondering what deck this is. But, you know, again, a lot of you could be finding fulfillment, and I kind of get this feeling of your ships coming in as well. So if you've already been doing work on something, you know, it's like you could be finally seeing results for work that you've already been doing. And this Mercury retrograde, by the way, that we're having in Leo, does seem to be one of those retrogrades that is like bringing good things back from the past, like work that you've already done, or, you know, results from something that you've already been working on for a while. And, you know, that's kind of like what I feel. So I feel like that is good. Of course, that is going to be a good part of it. I always say with that restlessness card, I think restlessness is like very destructive. So I would make sure that you're, you know, to put that energy into something, you know, whether it doesn't even have to be anything important. You know, I think as long as we channel restlessness into like going for a walk, or, you know, channel it into something creative or whatever, as long as you're getting the energy out, I think that's what's important. You have the Four of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Strength card. The Four of Pentacles, of course, can be holding on too tightly to something from the past. And, you know, kind of like what I feel for you here is it's almost like you are... like, I feel like you're looking for wind in your sails here, Taurus. It's like, yeah, it's like you're sitting in a boat and you are waiting for the wind to change, to like blow you in a new direction. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't know if this is like good or bad in this reading. I can't tell just yet. Again, maybe we'll get an answer on that as we, you know, clarify this and go through it. But it's like sometimes I do think it's fine, you know, to just like wait for the wind to change, right? Like sometimes, and especially during a retrograde, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And then, you know, other times I think it is a bad thing. So I'm not sure. You know, Four of Pentacles is kind of like holding on too tightly to the past. But I kind of feel that you are more in a breather mode, if that makes sense, Taurus, where it's like you're taking a breather here with this Four of Pentacles, or maybe you're in a position where you're kind of like just trying to take a break or recharge your batteries. It seems to be a very earth sign thing to be doing right now. Again, I really think, I don't think it's like good or bad. I think it's just very retrograde energy. You have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is your emotion. So, you know, this could be your emotional state, which, I don't know, like this, today is the 15th. So the the weekend, right? Today is, Tuesday, I think. And, you know, over the weekend, you know, we're talking about the week before the 21st. You know, again, there was some definite like emotional energy going on, right? And, you know, I think a lot of people could have been feeling pulled in new directions emotionally. Also, like a very nostalgic energy, I would say, where it's like people could be thinking about things that used to make them happy in the past, or, you know, people could be thinking about it. It's kind of like when you get older and you think about when you were younger and you're like, oh, I wish I could be happy, you know, or something. And so I think a lot of people have been thinking about those things. But now, I think the universe is like saying, like, you can create even more happiness in your future. You have the Ten of Cups right here. I think it's pretty crazy as well. On the bottom of your clarifying deck, you have the Ten of Cups as well, so which is kind of random. But, you know, Ten of Cups is about choosing happiness. But I think the King of Cups is saying that you need to tap into your emotions and use it to guide your life in a like more happy, peaceful direction. I don't even think this is a person. I do think there is a person here in this reading. I just don't think this is the person that is showing up in your reading. I think this is more talking about your emotional state and, you know, feeling into things. I think it's time to make some decisions as well. You know, it's like sometimes, like, you know, I think I've said this to you before, Taurus, and I'm not trying to drag this part of the reading out, but One thing that I want to say to Taurus is that, like, I think you've been very spread out for a long time. Like, maybe you've been doing a lot in your life, which is good, right? But now I feel the universe is saying, like, it's time to make some choices, like, about where your heart actually lies. Like, what do you actually really want to be doing? If you wouldn't, if you, like, you know, if you're dealing with people in life, for example, and like work and business and all this other stuff, if their feelings didn't matter, and I'm not saying their feelings don't matter, but it's like if you knew that they wouldn't be hurt if you made different choices, like, you know, it's almost like this card is saying emotionally you have to start making choices for yourself, and I feel like that starts right now. And so there you go, right? And next you have the Strength card, which says you have to be strong enough to do this. And the Strength card, she is taming her inner beast there. This lion is like her inner voice. And so she's the one that's in control. And she doesn't allow other people to, or other situations to tell her how to live her life. You know, that's like one of the most important things, I think, about the Strength card that people forget. Is like, yeah, sure, it's a card of patience and strength, but really it's a card of inner strength. And it's a card of making your own decisions and not caring what people think. And I feel a lot of you are kind of like in that position right now, Taurus, or you need to be, right? And, you know, there you go. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Three of Pentacles. It is a good time for teamwork for everyone. So anything, you know, if you're trying to build something or do something, working together with other people could be very beneficial. Three of Pentacles is also about putting work on display. I do feel it's time for Taurus to put their work on display, like anything that you've been building or that you want to build, I would just put it out into the world. With the King of Cups, you have the Death card. Yes, your feelings have changed about things. And I feel like that's what you need to realize, is that sometimes feelings change, right? And I'm not even talking about love here or anything. Like, this is everything in your life. And I feel that you're just ready for a new beginning. I don't think this is a good thing or a bad thing. You know, I feel this is very Uranus and Taurus energy. Even though Uranus is in Gemini, you know, I still feel this is kind of, you know, we're going to be feeling that Uranus and Taurus energy for a while. I always say, like, when a major planet changes signs, you know, we still feel the energy for a while after. And also, you know, that's when we really implement the lessons we learned, is after. So you're going to be feeling this for a while, but your feelings have changed. With the Strength card, you have the Devil. You have this Temptation card here in your last row. I'll show you that in a minute. But I would definitely, I think everybody needs to be careful of temptations. Everybody in the month of July is had this Devil energy showing up in the July monthly readings and the bonus readings. In the next 3-month readings, I think everybody had the Devil, which makes me a little bit nervous. Makes me wonder, like, if something is going to happen in the world, because, you know, anytime I always get the Tower, for example, something crazy happens. Now everybody's getting the Devil. And, you know, this makes me worry about, like, some sort of control situation, something having to do with control. But on a personal level, I would take control over yourself, and I would avoid anything toxic or anything that's tempting you at this time that you know wouldn't be good for you. I think working on those things would be a good, would be a good idea. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Here and Now card and this Co-Create card. Didn't I say something about being present? I think I was talking about that Four of Pentacles. So, you know, there's like a little bit of wind blowing that flag that it looks like she's holding on to with that Here and Now card. So it's like maybe just being present is bringing the wind into your life. This Co-Create card, you know, always says to me, this is not what this card means, but just intuitively, I always see this card, and I always think that, like, you know, it's like maybe you have the steak, but someone else has the sizzle in life. It's like, or vice versa. It's like maybe someone has a steak and you have the sizzle. But I think you need to look at, like, the work that you do and the things that you work on. And it's like you need to see, like, where you bring the fire, you know, with this Co-Create card. There could be a person that could really, like, amp things up for you in work or business, especially for those of you that are working on work or business. That this could be your life in general, you know, where it's like there could be a person who really kind of, like, you know, fires things up for you, is kind of the energy that I get. And again, this doesn't have to be love. That's not what we're talking about. You know, you do have the King and Queen of Pentacles here, and these two are divine counterparts, but again, a friend can be a divine counterpart. A sibling, a cousin can be a divine counterpart, right? So, you know, this could, I kind of get that feeling from this reading that it's just, there's like an important person, I feel, that could really kind of, get you believing in yourself more. I feel this has to do with self-belief. It's like, imagine, it's like, you know a lot, Taurus, is what I feel, but it's like the believing that you can do what you think, what you know you can do is the trick. And I feel that there could be people, not even just this week, I feel this is kind of like something that could be happening over the next few months where, like, there could be a people or a group of people that really kind of make you believe in yourself more. And I would like nurture those connections. That's why I'm saying this. You have the Two of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Two of Swords is about being stuck in a stalemate. I kind of feel like this is saying no negotiating here, Taurus. I feel this is saying, like, you need to not negotiate. Or you need to not, you need to just go straight to the thing that you want to accomplish, you know, in your life. And you need to, like, not settle and not kind of try to negotiate with two sides. I also think this, like, I was not really getting people-pleasing energy here, but remember what I said about, like, other people, like listening to other people or other people telling you how to live or whatever. I don't remember exactly what I said in the first row. I feel like this is saying don't even listen. You know, just go straight to what you want in life and ignore other people. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Again, if you want love, there definitely could be like a divine counterpart here. Although I do feel for some of you this is like a friend or, you know, a person that helps lift you up in some way. I also feel pretty good about money here, Taurus. Now, one thing I will say is I do feel like there's an action you have to take. You have the Three of Pentacles, which says that you have to put something into the world. Like, you have to put some work on display, you know, to get this money. And so, you know, whatever you do for work, I think that you should do it, like, more. And, you know, because, again, this could mean more money, which is very good. You have the Four of Swords. I don't know, I get this feeling that you've been sitting on a decision here, Taurus. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. So it's like you've been sitting on some sort of choice or decision or, you know, it's like something that's been swirling around in your mind. This could be where the restless energy is coming from, Taurus. I don't know. This is more intuitive. Like, that's not what this card means. But, you know, I just get this feeling of, like, making a difficult decision in life at this time. I don't know. I feel like you'll do it. Like, whatever it is, doesn't matter. You know, it could be about work for some of you. For others, it could be about business or, like, where your life is going. You know, but I think this is, you know, really expansion. It's like sometimes I think that's the thing, is that when we are ready to expand, then we are, you know, we kind of can feel restless. I think we can feel like we don't know what we are supposed to do next, but really we do know. But we are just thinking that if I leave this security that I have, then I'm not going to keep growing. But really, you are. You know, is the best way I can describe it. It reminds me, I think it's either Jim Rohn or Brian Tracy. I can't remember who says it, but you know, one of them, one of those guys says, "How much do trees grow?" And they say, "As much as possible." Right? There is no limit. And that's how I feel about humans, is that we are meant to grow as much as possible. We are probably not meant to just, like, have one career and that's what we do for forever. It's like, yeah, maybe that's what people did in the 60s. Like, yeah, my grandpa did that, right? But it's like we're probably not meant to really do that anymore because we don't have to. And, you know, it's not a requirement anymore, right? And so it's like life has changed. And, you know, I just feel like there's something about this Four of Swords where it's saying that you are meant to grow as much as possible. I think you need to believe that. It's like you're not meant to just do one thing, you know? With the Two of Swords, you have the Five of Cups, which you have twice here. I feel like saying you will not regret this change, you know? I think what you will regret is staying where you are and, like, not growing for those of you that want to grow, right? And so I think that's the only regret you would have, Taurus, like, in the future. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Two of Pentacles. Yes, the decision that you're making. Two of Pentacles sometimes I think is doing too much. Remember I said at the beginning of the reading that it's almost like you've been doing a lot of different things, and now you're kind of like coming back to center. And that's where I was going with that at the beginning of the reading. And it's like now it's time to make a decision on, like, what you want to do with your life, or, you know, like, what's the thing that you want to focus on. You know, really the kind of like what tipped me off to this, and the clue that I got at the beginning of the reading was that Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, laser-like focus. It's really hard to not focus with the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords prefers balance. And, you know, it's like if we're doing... And then, if you know, if we have a reading like this one, where we have the Two of Pentacles, we have some other things that would represent, you know, kind of being all over the place. The Ace of Swords, I find, does not really like that. So, and, you know, the Ace of Swords wants us to kind of become the king. You know, there's this crown at the top of the Ace of Swords. And so to become the king of something, it's like we have to focus on it. We can't be scattered, right? With the Four of Swords, you have the Sun. Yeah, really good reading. I said something about happiness as well at the beginning of the reading. I like these reading. I like when a reading kind of just like continues to flow in a direction, right? It's like sometimes readings can be all over the place, but when they kind of have this nice flow where they keep talking about the same thing, that is usually a good thing, because usually it means that you are very focused on these topics that we're talking about in the reading, and it also usually means that you are going in the right direction, Taurus. So, I feel pretty good about this. Again, happiness seems to be an important thing here, but it's almost like you don't feel happy. I don't know if that's accurate though, Taurus. I'm wondering if you feel more lost. It's like sometimes I think we don't feel happy, but really it's like we're looking for something. Like we're looking for the next logical step in life. And so I think you're looking for the next step. And, so if you're lacking happiness, that could be the thing. And it's like, really, you do know what to do. I think that it's just about being playful with life with the Sun. And, just kind of like not trying to be perfect, right? But could be a lot of happiness as well coming in for you here. The readings have been deep this week for whatever reason. This Mercury retrograde, I think, could be having people doing a lot of work on themselves as well. So, there you go. Next, in the area of what messages from your future self, you have this card that says practice freedom. I mean, that's all we ever talk about, Taurus, with you. It says release the weight of judgment. Didn't I say that basically at the beginning of the reading? That could be the devil. The devil doesn't have to be anything. The devil can be anything that steals your energy. If you're always worried about someone's judgment or a group of people's judgment, then that is the devil, right? Even if it doesn't have to be bad, it could just be something like that. You have this card that says, do what you need to do. It says, it may be difficult, but now is the time. Yes, literally pretty much what I've been saying this whole time. So it's time for action, even though it's Mercury retrograde. Don't care. So if you're going to leave that comment, don't bother. You have the... Oh, I forgot. You have two cards here. You have the Star and the Five of Cups, which is amazing. So you have the Sun and the Star. Sun and the Star is like fame and fortune, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to become famous, but it is very good for getting attention, and we're in an amazing time to get attention. The Star is also like hope, faith, renewal. Five of Cups, I think, is saying that you will not... I almost feel like it's saying you will not regret something if you do it, is really what I'm getting, but I think you would regret it if you don't. So if you're thinking about growing... or doing something that is going to cause growth in your life, even if it's difficult. Clearly the Star is your guidance system as well. The Star is like having a North Star, having a single focus, having that, one thing in life that you kind of put your attention on to be successful. And that's what I feel like you need to do with the Star, for sure. You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is like a knight in shining armor. So I do feel like there could be a knight in shining armor coming in for you. Someone who really sweeps you off your feet if you're looking for love. So if you're looking for love, definitely could be love. Although I don't, yeah, there's love here, but I'm not so sure that's the main focus of this reading. I do feel there could be also, like, not only could there be love, but I think there is definitely a soulmate, divine counterpart that is not love. I mean, I think you will love the person, right? But we're talking about not romantic. Like, it seems to me like this reading is saying there's like an important person coming in for you this week. This person could already be in your life. And like I said, I feel like this person like has the sizzle, like they tell you something, or they have like a little secret sauce or something in life that could help get you motivated. So this could also be that person here. You have the Judgment card. Yeah, Judgment is like a wake-up call. I feel like you're feeling the pressure like everybody else. I feel that the full moon that moon we had in Capricorn, devil, right? That could be why the devil came up for everybody in July, although I don't know. This week, I'm a little bit, kind of like worried. I'm not worried, but this week makes me a little bit sketched out for whatever reason. So, don't be surprised if we see something sketchy happen in the world, right? But on a personal level, I think that moon could have made people feel pressure, but not really bad pressure, just like the pressure to perform in life, or the pressure is on. And so I think a lot of people could be feeling that. And, I think this is saying it's like, don't be afraid of taking action, or, whatever. It would be good for you to take action. With the Five of Cups and the Star, you have the Ace of Cups. Could also be a love offer here as well. So if you're looking for love, this could be a love offer. The Five of Cups, for those of you that are holding on to a past connection, the Five of Cups says the second you let go of something from the past is the second something new will come in, right? It's like this guy's grieving the loss of something he no longer enjoys, but he has two cups behind him. The Two of Cups, basically. So, if you want love, there you go. Yeah, with the Knight of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. She is also the card of seduction. So if you want love, again, there could be a very seductive, attractive person coming in here. With the Judgment card, here you go. You have the star again right next to the sun, which is amazing, Taurus. Definitely can represent getting attention, can represent fame and fortune as well. This could also represent a new understanding. So again, for those of you that maybe have been worried about, like, again, if you've been in that little bit of a place where you feel the pressure to make a move, but you don't even know what to do, that's like the type of pressure I think that moon could have caused for people. And yeah, we're like, 4 days after the moon or whatever, but it doesn't matter, right? It's like, I think even a week after a moon, we can feel it. It just depends, right? And so you could be feeling the pressure, like feeling pressure to do something, but not know what to do. And the good news is that this could be like an idea that pops into your head. This could be something that you decide to work on or something you decide to create. So there you go. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this temptation card. It says, what is tempting you at this moment may not be a wise choice. Yeah, so I would be careful of temptations with like past people and things like that. Yeah, you have this Libra card. It says new love. It says a new romantic relationship is unfolding that will be deeply meaningful for you. So yeah, if you're looking for love, it could be a Libra that's coming in for some of you, or it could be a person with like air in their chart. But if you're looking for love, definitely could be a new connection. I think the temptation thing is saying like be careful of just like past temptation. Next, you have the King of Pentacles, which is you showing up in the good stuff, Taurus, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. The King of Pentacles, of course, is Taurus, so again, you showing up in a very strong position. And whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength. Very good card for building wealth, building security, which I think that, of course, being a Taurus, that you are going to be focused on this for a long time. You've had too many things that have triggered this inside of you, so, in your astrology. So I think for many years to come, you are going to be very focused on wealth building in every sense of the word, not just money. We're talking about all forms of abundance. So I think you're just in a good spot. Also, again, divine counterpart. So if you're looking for love, this could be good. You have the Ace of Swords, which is like a victory coming in for you. I feel like this Ace of Swords really wants to be in balance. Like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, I've never had that message before. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like the universe is saying that this card, like this Ace of Swords, really wants to be in balance through focus. Like you focusing on working on one thing, or picking a focus in life. Like maybe if you're too scattered, that's what needs to happen with the Ace of Swords, is that you need to like draw your focus into one thing. It's almost like you're making a choice here. It's like you're making a choice that is going to cause growth or something like that. And yeah, I don't know. I just think it's time to focus. Next, you have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, happy home, happy family, good things happening after a difficult period of time. So, the Ten of Cups can be just very good for like blessings and, good things coming in for you. So, love it. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Swords. I'm laughing because your astrology is all about freedom, and the Eight of Swords is about being stuck. But the Eight of Swords and the good stuff would say that you are setting yourself free. So, in a lot of ways, I feel like you are setting yourself free here, Taurus. With the Ace of Swords, you have the World. The World can be like an accomplishment or an achievement coming in for you. So I feel for a lot of you that this could be some sort of accomplishment or achievement that's coming in, that's entering into your life. And obviously that would be a good thing. You also do have a lot of Capricorn energy here. You have the Devil, you have the Queen of Pentacles, and the World, all Capricorn cards. So if you are looking for love, it could be a Capricorn or something like that as well, or just an Earth sign in general. I feel like you are grounding some sort of truth in your life with the Ace of Swords as well. Again, it's like, like I said, I think you've been doing a lot for years, like spread out. You've had a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things that you've been doing. And so it almost feels like you have to do that to maintain your standard. Maybe what this reading is saying is it's time for Taurus to set a new standard. Like, as in, maybe you can focus. You don't have to be so scattered. You don't have to do 900 things at once to support yourself. You can focus in on one thing that can provide you with support. I don't know. It's popping into my head. Okay. With the Ten of Cups, there we go. We have the Queen of Cups. So now you have the King and Queen of Cups showing up here. Definitely could be a divine counterpart for those of you that want love. And so if you're hoping for connection, there you go. And also very good for happiness. You have this Well card that says family wishes come true. Ten of Cups, really good reading for family. Really good reading for those of you that want a family as well. So there you go. You have this flag. It says, do not be tempted to lower your standards. I kind of said this on the Two of Swords. So, I was saying that that Two of Swords really saying, like, don't settle for less than you desire. And I definitely feel this whole entire reading is saying, you know, don't settle, right? Plain and simple. You have this bat card. It says, take care, enemies are working against you. Weird, a lot of people have had this, either this card, there's another card, there are a couple cards in this deck that are kind of similar. And, you know, like everybody basically has had one of those cards. Everybody's had the devil again. So I would just be careful of toxic people. It's just that simple. I would avoid toxic people. I would avoid toxic situations just in general as well. You have this cloud that says temporary problems. I think that people need to realize that problems are temporary. Here's the problem with the astrology right now, is that we all feel like we need to do something, and then if we go and do it, we're probably going to encounter some sort of temporary problem, and then we are going to get disappointed, and then we're not going to want to do it. So the trick is to realize that any obstacle we bump into is just a temporary obstacle. All we have to do is keep going and keep trying and overcome the obstacle. People who do that will be successful, right? So, like, don't allow little things to get you bent out of shape is what I feel like that card is saying, and the astrology as well. You have this older woman. It says dealings with relationships with an older woman. You have this wind chimes card that says peace and harmony. Again, this could be like this, you know, this could be this person that we were talking about that's not necessarily love. You know, there could be the support of a person in your life that could really be helping you here. So there you go. This looks really good, Taurus. I like where this is going. Kind of a weird reading, but in a good way. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.